What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another NFL prediction. Just want to throw this out there. Your boy went 5 for 6 last weekend, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Subtle flex. But the one thing I was really ashamed about was the games this past weekend. They were all blowouts. I truthfully thought this weekend was going to be one of the best weekends in football because every game was so evenly matched. Clearly it was not because there was a ton of blowouts, but this week is shaping up to be some very good matchups as well. So me and Priest are here to predict the NFL divisional round. So starting with the first game, you have the red hot Houston Texans going to Baltimore and taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a 7-point favorite. So Priest, what do you got going down in this game?
Let's be honest. CJ Stroud is the best rookie quarterback of all time. Of all time, out of all the quarterbacks in their rookie year, CJ Stroud is the man. He is giving his team a certain type of confidence on and off the field. But the Ravens defense is going to be a big test for him. Only allowing 40% of the teams they face to score in the red zone, which is so small in the NFL. And I don't think CJ Stroud has had the experience of playing a good, solid team in the playoffs in Baltimore, where it's going to be freezing, against a big bully team like the Ravens. So,
well, let's back up here because
I'm going to rock with the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, let's just back up here because you're saying that he hasn't faced a team. When you look at the Browns versus the Ravens, they had the best defense probably in the entire NFL this year. And CJ Stroud went out there and put 40 points on them. So we want to talk about not facing a team, a high caliber defense. That's what they did this week. And they went out there and he balled out. He threw for 270 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, and his QBR was unbelievable. And CJ Stroud is undoubtedly the best quarterback in the NFL this year. Not just rookie. He is the best NFL quarterback this year. But let me take you guys back to a time period that most of you guys have forgot. And it was January of 2020. When the Ravens had the best season in franchise history, when they went 14-2, better than they were this year, went 14-2, and the Tennessee Titans, who were 9-7, went into Baltimore, stunned them, and beat them in the divisional round. Let me just take you back to that, because that is what's going to happen this week. The Houston Texans are going to go into Baltimore, and they are going to easily and single-handedly beat the Baltimore Ravens, because I truthfully think they are frauds. I do. I do not think they're a great team. They had a very close game this year against the Los Angeles Rams, who barely made the playoffs, and they won in overtime at home. They have star power, everyone on the offensive side of the ball, star power, everyone on the defensive side of the ball, but when it comes down to it, Lamar Jackson cannot play well in playoff games. He cannot play well. Back in 2020, he threw 2 interceptions. His QBR rating was 30.
Dog, you keep
Horrible.
going back in time. This is the present. Things change. You can't compare something back in 2019 or 2020. This is a new era.
Well, I'm talking
Like
about
Lamar
a game.
proves.
I'm talking about a game that Baltimore should have easily won against a Tennessee team that barely made the playoffs and then went in there and stunned them. That's going to happen this year, this week. So I'm rocking with the Houston Texans. I think they're going to get it done. Easy.
No way.
All right.
There's no chance.
Moving into the next game, you have the Green Bay Packers.
Who might win the Super Bowl?
who might win the Super Bowl, visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Honestly, pretty shocked that the Packers made it, but Priest called it, so good on you. But what do you think's going down in this game?
You said CJ Stroud is the best quarterback this year. No. Jordan Love is him. He is the best quarterback this year, hands down. Over his last 9 games, he has thrown 21 touchdowns and 1 interception. And if you look at the 49ers who they're playing this week, their defense has been a bit shaky recently towards the end of the season, allowing teams to score on 65% of the times they go in the red zone. And what do the Green Bay Packers do? They put up points. And a team that puts up points wins Super Bowls. They win championships. So I am rocking with the Green Bay Packers. Talk about a team that's a bunch of frauds is the San Francisco 49ers. Let's be honest with you, man. They just got speed. They have talent. They have a quarterback who just throws checkdowns. But if you make that team uncomfortable, which the Green Bay Packers defense will, just like how they made the Dallas Cowboys uncomfortable, they will absolutely smash the 49ers.
I think Brock Purdy is a lot like Tua Tagovailoa in a sense that he's incredible and makes some of the most unbelievable passes and reads when his first option's available. When you get him holding the ball 2 and 3 seconds in the pocket and having to make his second and his third reads, that's when you get some issues. And the Green Bay Packers are here. More specifically on the defensive side of the ball and their DBs, because Jair Alexander and Darnell Savage are here to play. And they are not scared. They are going to be ball hawks. They are going to be playing hard, and they are going to make Brock Purdy uncomfortable. But on San Francisco's side, they have the best running back in the NFL. You're talking about Christian McCaffrey, who is first in yards this year, who is second in carries this year, and who is fourth in touchdowns this year. And I truthfully think that's going to be the difference. Is San Francisco doesn't have to pass the ball. They can run the ball all the way down Green Bay's throat. And I truthfully think that's what's going to happen because the Green Bay Packers defense is great. They were incredible against Dallas, but it was their DBs who was picking up the slack. And my question is, can the D-line and the linebackers make those same plays when you have the best running back in the NFL on the other side of the ball? And I don't think so. I think San Francisco is going to do it. I think it's going to be a really close game, but I think the number 1 seed is going to edge it out. So I'm rocking with San Fran.
Nah, the problem is if Christian McCaffrey has a bad day or one of those people on the offense have a bad day. Nah.
This year they have 4 and 5 people on that offense. They can afford Christian McCaffrey to not have a good game because Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk can pick up the slack and vice versa. Deebo Samuel is dropping passes. Brandon Ayuk's right there to make the catches. C-Mac is right there to run the ball hard.
Let's see how many catches they're going to have with Jair Alexander on them.
Well, I mean, we'll
Pack
see.
is back, baby.
Let's see. Let's go. Let's see what happens. But moving into the next game on Sunday, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Detroit and taking on the Detroit Lions. So, Priest, what do you got going down in this game?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the best away record this year, going 8-1. But they are also one of the worst red zone teams this year, only scoring 30% of the times they make it to the red zone. And you got the Detroit Lions, who arguably have, I want to say, one of the best defenses. Their last game didn't prove it against the Rams, but if you really look at the talent that they have on that defense, they are scary good. And if they're all having a good game, I smell a blowout. I smell a blowout. But the Buccaneers coming off, I wouldn't even consider the Philadelphia Eagles a good win after that season we just saw them finish. They didn't even make it across the finish line. They gave up. That's the perfect way to describe the Eagles season this year. But we'll see what Tampa Bay does in Detroit, because Detroit was absolutely rocking, and they are so faithful to their team, supporting Jared Goff, who everyone was talking trash on him, saying he's not going to have the talent to beat the Rams. He's going to be a fraud in the playoffs. What happened? And their defense stepped up, so that's why I'm picking up the Detroit Lions.
Going with Detroit again. I think the biggest question that I asked and all these people watching this Detroit season was, can Jared Goff take care of the ball? Because we've seen many times him give away the ball in crunch times. And that's exactly what he did against the Los Angeles Rams. He took care of the ball. He threw for 277 yards, a touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Pay attention to that 0 because that is the biggest thing going into this game. Is can Jared Goff once again take care of the ball? On the other side of the ball, you have Tampa Bay's offense. They've been very, very, very inconsistent this year, and I think that's going to be the downfall coming in this game. Yes, they put up 32 points against Philadelphia at home. But did you guys forget the week before when they played Carolina with the playoff spot on the line and they put up 9 points? 9 points. So I smell a blowout too. I'm rocking with Detroit. I think they're going to do it. I think Dan Campbell has the most faith ever in Jared Goff with the game on the line. 1st and 10, 2 minutes left. They don't run the ball. They threw a 10-yard pass to Amon St. Brown with the game on the line. They completed it. That first down gave them the win. And that just shows you that this Detroit team is not scared and they have full trust in Jared Goff. So I'm rocking with Detroit as well. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited for that game. That's probably the most excited game I'm for this week.
I would say that is one, but I'm excited for this next game.
This next game. Y'all know it's coming. It is the Buffalo Bills hosting Kansas City Chiefs. And this is the first time that Patrick Mahomes has played an away playoff game. Think about that. An away playoff game in his entire career. But nonetheless, Priest, let's get into these predictions. Who do you got winning this game?
The Buffalo Bills have already beat the Chiefs once this year. But it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. And I don't believe in superstitions or anything, but the last time these teams have played each other in the playoffs, the home team has won. And now they're going to Bills Mafia in the snow, hopefully. They might win. The Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs rivalry in the playoffs kind of reminds me of the 1980 Miracle USA hockey team against the USSR. The Soviet Union might have beat them 9 out of 10 times, but not tonight. The Buffalo Bills will in fact beat the Chiefs, and if they beat Kansas City, the winner of this game will in fact win the Super Bowl. Bo's Mafia, let's do this.
I love it. I love the Miracle on Ice quote. That's a great quote. But just to back Priest up, this is the Bills' year. Truthfully, I think so. Yes. This is the Bills' year to finally break through, finally come out of the AFC and compete for a Super Bowl. Because you're talking about a Chiefs team that has really nothing on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, you have Patrick Mahomes, but Travis Kelce is having a down year. Name another great wide receiver on that team. Name another top A-level tier receiver on that team. You don't have it. But they do have a running back that runs hard in Isaiah Pacheco. And I think that's going to be the biggest key for the Buffalo defense is stopping him because that dude runs hard. Yes, he's only averaging 5 yards a carry, but those are some 5 tough yards. And that is going to wear on the Buffalo Bills team. But I think they're up to the plate. I think this is finally time that Josh Allen takes care of the ball in the postseason. They're electric on offense. They are great on defense. So I think the Bills are going to do it. I think they're going to win, and I'm going to back this up. I think they're going to the Super Bowl as well. I think if they can get past Kansas City, they will go to the Super Bowl, and I give them a hell of a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. So I'm rocking with the Bills as well.
Yeah, like I said before, winner of this game will win the Super Bowl, hands down. And I think this is the game everyone's paying attention to out of the whole playoffs.
Woo! I'm ready.
Me
Come
too.
on, Sunday night. Let's go. Bring it in. But that's going to do it from this prediction show of this week's NFL divisional round playoffs. Let us know in the comments who you guys got. If we got it right, if you agree with us or not. But like always, like, comment, and subscribe at the Burn Factory Podcast. And let's see if we can go 4 for 4. Peace.